Hello, everyone. This is Yonks with REtoken, the real estate DAO. And this is the very first orientation introduction. Welcome to REtoken, really an AMA. And I'm not really sure what this format is going to look like. Was really hoping to have a little more preparation for this, but this has been a whirlwind week here at REtoken. Last night on our 15th community call, we actually introduced a REtoken relaunch. So if you've been contemplating getting involved in a DAO, DAO is the time. No pun intended. But what is a DAO? A decentralized autonomous organization. We have an amazing culture here. And even though we just launched as a DAO in July, we already have a little bit of history, and we're really looking forward to fostering an inclusive and platform agnostic environment. So right now, this video is being live streamed to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And that's one of the strategies that we've taken from a content standpoint, is to put the content out there on multiple different platforms. And that's one of the things that we're regularly working on getting better at. So taking a look at our Discord, that has been the community hub over here for, I think we really leaned into Discord as far as a community hub. And this is actually the live stream chat that we've got going on right now, and live on the Onboard with Yonks. And this is a new channel that created as an effort to kind of lead by example with our ambassador program. So Discord can be a little overwhelming, and let me actually minimize this, because this is where we're going to start off, because this is where we normally have people come. And again, it's the main community hub right now here. So more than likely, you landed in one of two places, likely the Start Here channel. And let's actually just go through this list. So this is functionally our origin story here, our Genesis proposal. And yes, that is a biblical reference, but it's also something that I borrowed from Bankless DAO. They did their token launch here earlier in 2021, and the first proposal that they had on Snapshot was their Genesis proposal. So instead of talking about it here, looking at the Discord screen, let's actually just click on this, and I'll bring that into the screen here so that you can all take a look at that with me. So let me make this bigger so that you can see it much better here on your screen. So again, the Genesis proposal, and let me actually rewind slightly, and I'm going to connect my wallet here. So this is what it looks like, snapshot.org. Let's actually just rewind a little bit. And snapshot.org has quickly become a, whenever we were looking to put things into perspective, right now on Snapshot, there's 3.72K spaces. Like when we started this project in July, I think it was like 1.2, 1.23. So the spaces on Snapshot have 3x. Anyway, that's a fun little nugget of information talking about Bankless DAO. They've got almost 7,000 members. Bankless DAO Ernest was giving some shout out on our live stream. So thank you for the Discord participation there, Ernest, and appreciate your engagement and involvement thus far already. So here on Snapshot, like I showed you, so if you want to just do a search, you can do a search for REtoken, and this little green one, this means that there's one active proposal right now. So what is that? And I want to get back because I don't want to go a deep dive. There's actually a video that I have on YouTube that's talking about the DAO governance here at REtoken. It's about 10 or 11 minutes long. I might try to interject that here within the video in some manner if we ever come back and do some sort of post-production on this video. But let's go back to the Genesis proposal. And this is one that we submitted here the team submitted on September 6th. And this was during the finalization of our participation as a team in the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon that occurred middle of August. And I think it wound up here sometime on September. And the reason that this had such a short voting window is that we wanted to get this like closed before that went through. So anyway, just a little, again, history for you. So REtoken, the real estate DAO, REtoken aims to become recognized as the real estate DAO. When I started having conversations with other OGs in the DAO space, and I was like, are there other DAOs that are really focused on real estate? And I got to know, no, not anything that comes to mind. And I was like, as a serial entrepreneur, light bulb moment went off, and then leaned more heavily into that designation as far as the real estate DAO. So the second aspect, or the second item here on our mission, is to create a recurring multilingual educational virtual summit that will be delivered for free. And that's one of the things that we have on our roadmap. I will show you our roadmap here in just a minute. And then the next item is to develop a 3-tiered fractionalized real estate certificate program that provide continuing education units and become the most prominent and globally recognized real estate tokenization security token brand. So I will let you all continue to dive into that, but wanted to read those because those are important. And also we have some founding principles that I want to read as well. Community owned and operated. This is one of the things that absolutely differentiates us from a lot of other projects out there. We're not investor backed. We are taking a very conservative approach on our tokenomics, and we have actually roadmap, like really the only way to obtain REtoken is to participate in various activities, bounties, and things that we have going on. We've roadmapped a regulation crowdfunding offering for REtoken, our community here. And we'll talk more about that on the roadmap again. And then the other one is full transparency. Like one of the things we operate sometimes I've been accused of being overly transparent. Then the third founding principle that we have is best practices: find, implement, and refine. And this is one of the things we're so new to the DAO space that this is an ongoing work in progress, and best practices, in my opinion, can consistently and constantly be refined. And then this is also another very important founding principle. We will be intentional about developing win-win-win projects. And real estate tokenization, we believe, is a very powerful vehicle. And one of the things that we are already starting to see with other real estate tokenization projects and situations is that they're really tokenizing more of what we've already seen, tokenizing landlord rental situations. And I haven't yet had a conversation where it's like, where it's really provided a lot of clarity and benefit for the tenant in that type of a dynamic. And that's one of the things that we are working on bringing forward, is an equitable, affordable housing model. And one of the vehicles that we're looking to do that is we're looking to architect some sort of shared equity appreciation model. And that's one of the things that will probably get some DAO diplomacy with some other DAOs going on here later. So that's one of the opportunities as far as getting involved. And I'm going to take a look real quick. We've been underway here in this AMA for a little over 10 minutes. I'm going to take a quick look at Discord and see if there's any questions that we've got going on. And feel free to ask in the chat live stream as far as any questions that you have here. So I wanted to send out a welcome to Marlene Berry. Glad you are hanging out with us today. So if you have any questions, Marlene, feel free to ask here via YouTube. As you as well, Ernest, if there's something that you've been dying to know, I'm not sure if you're still hanging out with us, working on getting better on the whole live stream thing. This is I'm an ongoing work in progress. So to keep the conversation going, that was kind of me walking through this founding proposal, this Genesis proposal. And that's one of the things, participating in our live streams and any of the others. So like right now, let's actually take a look here at our events channel. So we spoke about the start here, and I'll go through some of these other tools, but the most important thing is how to participate in here at REtoken. And we have the events, and you can see the Google Calendar. This is another great, our Google Calendar is publicly accessible, and that's one of the tools that the team, including myself, has found very valuable as far as staying informed for how to participate here at REtoken, the real estate DAO. So let's actually gravitate towards the Google Calendar right now, and we can take a look at the Google Calendar, and I will just copy this link in here so that I've got it as well, so I can just navigate right to it here for everybody's benefit. So let me make this full screen. So right here, you can see we are underway with the DAO Orientation Intro AMA. So that's what we're on. The next opportunity is we're having a how-to, Trello 101. I will talk about that after I get done going through the calendar here. And this is a pivotal calendar for us too. Like I mentioned here during our 15th community call, and I will go out of my way to put a link at least on the YouTube where you can look at that. And I might even try to get fancy and see if there's some way to embed that, because that really goes into this REtoken relaunch. So it's an amazing time here in December of 2021 to get involved, because we're functionally relaunching REtoken. We've had we've got some solid history for the last several months that we've been a DAO, but we really saw the need to start creating a teams element here within REtoken. And those are on this Google Calendar. And I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this, because I've got a decent thread on that. And anybody that's hung out with me a little bit knows that I'm a screenshot junkie, and I try to be thoughtful and intentional as far as some content creation means and sending out tweets. Anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent here for this orientation call, but I am known to go off on some tangents, but I have been increasingly trying to do better at reeling myself back onto the conversation. So Saturday, as you can see, we've got the kickoff dev team call, and then we've got the Mighty Networks launch team. And this is one of our commitments, Mighty Networks. I'm not going to talk about that. If you're interested in really like being involved in something that's very exciting, we're going to be exploring. We're currently under an evaluation window for Mighty Networks, and that is our commitment. The reason that we're looking at Mighty Networks is that we've listened to the community. We really want to build a community that's inclusive, platform agnostic, and accessible for everyone. And that's one of the things. Discord can absolutely be overwhelming, and there's a lot of information, and it's kind of like a fire hose, and it's not normally something that people are used to. There's some chat. It's most like Slack, if you've used Slack, and that's the thing that a lot of people haven't used to Slack that much yet. But anyway, let's keep the conversation going. So besides Saturday, Sunday is also, we've got some amazing events coming up here on Sunday. The one on Sunday, we have our core team weekly live streaming. This is where we really come together, the core team, on a weekly basis. And this is one of the things that the yellow calendar invite under here. This is another reason that we really broke out the Teams component, is so that we can start being intentional about creating things of value here for the community, as far as like more information on how to engage with real estate tokenization, learn real estate tokenization. And that's one of the things that we are doing. And this is a good segue, I believe, to go to our roadmap. And I'll show everybody the roadmap that we've got here on Trello. And Trello is the tool that we get all the things done on. And there was some conversation like during this REtoken relaunch that was brought forward as far as potentially evaluating some other task management tools by Design. And that's one that I constantly encourage people to be thinking about, how that we can do things bigger, better, faster, and more efficiently. So that's something that with everything that we've got going on, Design did agree to curb the task management tools evaluation conversation. So that being said, I just wanted to put that little nugget out there that we love the feedback. We love hearing suggestions, opportunities, and anyway, I wanted to talk about the roadmap. So let's actually go to the roadmap, and let me show you where you can find that here in the Start Here channel. So I talked a little bit about the DAO tech stack as far as the governance tools. I showed you snapshot, and now roadmap and task management. So that is Trello. And let's actually just click on this link. It should open another tab in that window, and it did indeed. So looking at our roadmap, we are in Q4 here of 2021, and we're actually underway. This is very exciting. We had our 5th white paper working group on Tuesday, a couple days ago. All of those videos are on YouTube if you want to go back and watch them, or the other, whatever video platform of your choice. And we've got our 6th white paper working group coming up on Tuesday, and the team has committed to finalize and we actually are going in the direction of the light paper. And this is something like, this is another tool that we utilize. It's our docs page, and this is something that we agreed. It's at docs.retoken.info. I'll throw that in the live stream chat here for everybody. This is the channel that we've been spending the most time on. Here is docs. This is the content resource. Most efforts in last 30 days have been focused on generating new content for. So that's really the best place to get information as far as things. And that being said, we're going to have more conversations. I mean, I just talked about Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks will probably be the content platform that we will focus on, at least for the next week, while we're like in our evaluation page, because we, the community, will need to make a decision if this is a tool that we are going to invest in to create this platform agnostic community here. So again, if that's something that you're interested in having some conversations on, there's so many opportunities to participate. And there's opportunities for people that, besides just participating, people that want to have a leadership role. Like one of the things that I put forward here during this REtoken relaunch month, and there's a lot, like one of the things that we've been leaning heavily into is this WeBiddle, like light paper WeBiddle. And there's a couple subpages, WeBiddle passive income. This is again the launch page for the white paper that the team has been working on. And we've committed to have that finalized for the community call coming up on Wednesday. Our weekly community calls Wednesday at 7 p.m. So be sure to add that to your calendar utilizing the Google REtoken calendar so that the opportunities don't get missed, because we do actively reward participation for people engaging in our events. And we, like the people that are engaging here on the live stream, like welcome again, Marlene. If you didn't know, we reward REtoken for the people that have chimed in here. So I'm not sure, Marlene, if you're on our Discord server. be sure to reach out and send me a DM, and we will get you added to the REtoken airdrop that we'll be doing. This is something that I'll be doing some live streams on here this weekend to get caught up. I'm a couple weeks behind, and this is one of the reasons that we're looking from a tool standpoint to get more automation like Coordinate in place. So going back to the roadmap, got off on that tangent a little bit here with the white paper. And one of the things that I was wanting to talk about that during our Genesis proposal is the virtual summit. And this is the only item that we currently have on our roadmap for Q1 of 2022. We really believe that this can be a solid opportunity for us. And we're really looking at doing this through a sister DAO called Token Summit. We'll be talking more about that. And one of the ways that we've been talking a little bit about how to execute on that strategy is with the task force component. So the other opportunity on the roadmap that I really wanted to talk about is this launch an NFT fractionalized real estate certificate program. And this is one that I'm very, very excited about, that I think will be a foundational differentiator for REtoken, the real estate DAO. And I was really envisioning having a 3-tiered type of certificate program. Have no idea as far as what that's going to look like from a detail standpoint, and to kind of interweave a little bit as far as the strategy and Mighty Networks. For those that may or may not be familiar, one of the value propositions as far as a Mighty Networks is that they provide a framework for creating courses in. So that's one of the tools. Again, Saturday, add it to your calendar, get involved. I mean, there's literally almost nothing on Mighty Networks that's almost entirely out of the box. So the opportunity to get engaged and create something from like that doesn't exist now is very exciting. But going back to this 3-tier certificate program, the third one on this is the one that I'm most excited about. Becoming a fractionalized real estate expert. And for those people that may or may not like acronyms, the acronym for that is FREE. So how fabulous would it be to go through the ranks and become a fractionalized real estate expert, and then you would be certified free. So that's one of the things that we're looking again to do on our roadmap. The other item on our roadmap that I wanted to talk about was our regulation crowdfunding offering. And that is this is one of the things that we ran through the governance and voting proposal process. It passed via RIP number 5 here. And RIP, this is something that's used, IP is improvement proposal. This is one of the things that's used very commonly throughout the blockchain and crypto ecosystem is the IP and REtoken for improvement proposals. And we use a REtoken improvement proposal. And then one of the things too that I think is a little bit unique about how that we structure, and you can kind of see this a little bit on our snapshot as far as the proposals. And let me just go through some of the lists. So here is one that DeSign just put forward. This is one that and this is another thing that I'm very proud of as far as our DAO, is that we have in this last week 3 new people on our team that have submitted their very first snapshot proposal. And this is one of the things that I'm going to go off on a tangent about. I don't know if you are familiar with POAPs. We are a POAP community. We love our POAPs here. And this is one of the things too that you can, this is another opportunity for hanging out with me here today on the AMA. The POAP that exists here, that's the little circular image on the left side of this video thumbnail. This is a POAP that you will receive whether you're participating on the live stream as far as some comments, or whether you're on the Zoom. And today, the Zoom is a ghost town, so it's everybody that's hanging out with me on the metaverse, if that's even what it is on YouTube. But if you got some more comments, I'm gonna go back there and let me actually show you my POAP collection, and I think it's on or let's just go to poap.xyz. So this is the main page for POAP, poap.xyz, and let's take a look at the gallery. I don't know if this is the best place to look at the gallery. Anyway, I don't remember what the best app, and I don't want to get sidetracked off on that. We have POAPs. We love the POAPs, and that's POAP, Proof of Attendance Protocol, and I'll actually put that in there. So we are a POAP community. POAP equals Proof of Attendance Protocol. And I'll copy the O here just to go on the whole acronym business there. So Ernest got his question. So the roadmap is a separate Trello board from the other board. Yes, Ernest, and let me actually show you the REtoken workspace. So Trello, for those that may or may not be familiar, is the tool that we use for getting all the things done. I'll go back to that here in a moment, but that's a book club that hosts on the DAO hack and have extended that to REtoken. I'll go back to that here momentarily. So REtoken has its own workspace. This is, and let me make this a little better. The viewing when it's on, not the card, looks a little different. So that's one of my main frustrations about the, anyway. So let's just view the workspace page. So one of the things that I like about Trello compared to other, I would say, more popular tools like Notion is that we can utilize Trello, and they have more of a value ladder type of a proposition. And we have a Trello 101 tonight, actually. So if you're interested in learning more about Trello, again, go take a look at the Google Calendar, and I'll take a screenshot of this here real quick for everybody's benefit and throw that in the channel as well, because I don't know how much the people get to see the workspace, but we actually, in the free version without upgrading, and this is one of the things just to provide a very, again, that full transparency that I talked about in our founding principles. We are a startup DAO. We are a fledgling DAO. We are a very lean DAO. We are still working on creating revenue streams for our organization. And like these two items on the roadmap that I spoke about, like the virtual summit and the fractionalized real estate certificate program, really, those are the two main things besides just a content strategy that can really result in revenue streams for REtoken. So yes, to answer your question, Ernest, the roadmap is a separate board. And this is one of the things that I have had some conversations with Blackfire and Design. Blackfire is leading the ambassadors team initiative here during the REtoken relaunch in December of 2021. And Design is leading from a team captain. And this is one of the new Discord roles that we've just created here this month during REtoken relaunch month. So going back to the REtoken workspace, we have a board for Tokentown DAO. Tokentown DAO is a subsidiary DAO of REtoken. Tokentown, do consider our flagship project. You can learn a little bit more about Tokentown at tokentown.net. I got to be very clear, though. It's a pretty shallow page as far as content. And this is one of the things that we'll be talking more about in December and absolutely a lot more about in January. Tokentown, as far as we're looking to build a next gen neighborhood, solar powered, net positive energy. And the tagline for Tokentown is the HOA destroyer. But keeping on the conversation here, going back to REtoken, our space, we also have Tokentown Colorado. And functionally, Tokentown Colorado is a child DAO of Tokentown. We're wanting to create a scalable framework here with all the DAOs that allow us to realize our underlying visions and principles and stuff like that. So again, with the team captain, we'll have the conversation tonight. So we'll see if we have some new boards to help fulfill the task management of the dev team and the ambassadors team. And this is where, we can get a little bit more creative as far as using the tool. There's a lot of automation capabilities. Trello got acquired by Atlassian. And one of the things that I didn't even realize until earlier here, like maybe even this month or late November, is that some of the power-ups that they call it as far as doing a lot of the back-end automation they have unlimited power-ups for free. So the opportunity of really getting some back-end and workflow automation, potentially integrating like with the degen bot that Bankless DAO, like that's one of the things that we're excited as far as utilizing from a tool. We love tools, and it's a big pain point of mine right now for doing some of the things to host the live stream events. So hopefully that answered your question, Ernest, and hopefully you'll be able to participate in the Trello 101 conversation. And one of the things that to kind of provide a little additional perspective on why that we are hosting the Trello 101 live stream. And I'm actually going to show everybody our YouTube channel, because this is our main channel or our main content platform. I already talked a little bit about our docs page. As far as written content, that's where most of the efforts have been spent here in the last 30 days, creating some written content. Now, as far as more interactive content, like this video I mentioned at the start of this live stream, is going to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and it's going to the REtoken Twitter and my Twitter. So I think this video is probably going to like 7 different channels right now. So what I was wanting to show everybody is the YouTube channel, because this is another opportunity that we have. And I want to thank Julie for being the timestamp. Julie is one of the newest members, and I'm actually going to put forward here, I love your engagement. That was largely echoed during the community call last night. So I'm actually here during today's AMA, Julie, going to nominate you for new community member of the week, and I'll take that over to the voting proposals to kick that through. That's one of the fun things that we do to recognize community members, and this is one that just got put forward here, and I'm actually going to raise that to and amplify that new community member of the week to also include you, Ernest. We love your engagement here. So Ernest and Julie, on the record here today during the AMA, nominating both of you for new community members of the week. So we do existing community member of the week if the opportunity or the need arises. And then also we love recognizing new community members of the week too. So thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Julie, for your participation here. And we'll create the, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and this is a good segue to do that. So I talked about RIP, that stands for REtoken Improvement Proposal. And let's also talk about TDP. So like on this particular proposal here, TDP stands for Treasury Distribution Proposal. So it's an easy way when you're scrolling through a list of proposals to discern, are funds being made or not? So like that's one of the things we've got a lot of during this restructuring, REtoken relaunch here in December. There's going to be a lot of REtoken improvement proposals put forward where we're really digging deep into this we biddle culture here at REtoken. And that's largely evidenced through all of these threads that I've created in the voting proposals. And it's been an absolute whirlwind. So if there's a lot of information there, it is. I know that. And I would really encourage people to go through. So like, one of the things, and let me actually show this pinned message in voting proposals. So I haven't talked that much as far as what the actual process looks like. And this is kind of what this looks like. And this could probably be updated. This pinned message hasn't really been updated since August 31st, but the workflow still exists. We don't use an external forum tool like Discourse. Discourse is another expensive tool at the expensive $100 a month expensive. And again, we're running a very lean DAO here right now. So whether fast forward 6 months from now or whenever the case may be, it's not that those conversations are off the table forever. We just had the conversation about Discourse earlier and felt, and this was kind of at the same time that Discord, the chat tool that's our main community hub, was introducing the threaded concept. And this is one of the things that I love about Discord. They've continually shown their commitment to improve their community supporting tools. So with this, looking at Mighty Networks, to be clear, we're not planning on moving away from Discord. We're only planning on making Discord better, more fun, more engaging for everybody. So going back here to the live stream, Token Town is what I'm really excited about. It is what I'm really excited about too, Ernest. And one of the other things, like to kind of talk a little bit about the vision for Token Town, is it's not, we're just the HOA destroyer. It's not just the DAO framework and replacing the broken HOA model, but it's also creating cooperative housing. And that's one of the things that we're going to fulfill and going to talk more about through a sister DAO called Our Home. And one of the things that I've started talking a little bit about is I really believe that we can architect a co-op housing protocol. And those conversations are super, super preliminary. But the other component besides the co-op housing aspect of Token Town is that we're looking to combine accommodations, housing, with Bitcoin and crypto mining operations. Put those together, because remember, we're wanting to build a net positive energy using the latest American-made solar technology. And that's one of the things that really resonated through the American-made solar prize that we submitted our Token Town project for. And I'm really confident if we had more time to prepare, like from an idea evolution standpoint, Token Town, middle of September 2021, wasn't even an idea concept. And then we submitted our package on 2 different US Department of Energy opportunities for prize money on, I think it was October 5th was the deadline. So the team put forward a monumental effort, and those are still the things that we created during that effort are absolutely things that we can continue to build upon. And one of which is this founding citizen NFT. And this is really a next gen, we're going to use the DAO framework for providing a governance model. Because when you think about what an HOA is, it's functionally a governance framework for managing a housing community. And one of the things when we started talking about Token Town, it wasn't aware to me how much people really loathe HOAs. And it's a longer story as far as some of the conversations that really unfolded. And then we leaned heavily, and we will continue to lean into the HOA destroyer. Another tagline that I've been tossing around a little bit about is the mortgage destroyer. I think that the mortgage is an absolutely awful tool for financing housing. And that's one of the opportunities that I think the way that we're architecting this real estate tokenization situation in Token Town, that we can also, besides being the HOA destroyer, I think we can be the mortgage destroyer. So who wants to get behind that tagline? Anyway, that we'll talk more about all of these things. I can talk about these things. Looking at the time, it's 10 minutes till the close of the hour. We started this at 10 minutes past. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to having some feedback on the community at large about. So looking here to wind this down, before I do, are there any other questions? So I see that there's and that anyway, that looks like a spam comment because it's got a link there to some link. So I'm gonna report that on YouTube. But anyway, it looks like there might have been another one too. So anyway, I love the comments on the live stream and looking forward to creating all the stuff. We've got a lot of stuff going on here in December, and I love that other people are stepping up in a leadership, and that's one of the things that we're implementing via a team captain. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Mrs. Yonks or anybody on Discord that has a role here, and we've got the roles broken out. We've got and thank you, Julie, again, for boosting the server. I saw that you boosted the server. So you're bringing the opportunity for us to really leverage some of the fun things that get unlocked through a Discord server boost. So feel free to reach out to any of these categorized, like these roles here on Discord, and they can point you in the right direction. All of these people are very helpful. So thanks everybody for hanging out here today. Again, the next event that we've got coming up here is the How to Trello. And then we've got a weekend full of activities. And the one that I wanted to talk about a little bit briefly, and this isn't something I've spoken that much about, but the DAO Hack Book Club. This is a way we are strong proponents of lifelong learning. And like one of the things that I've put forward, and I'll plant this seed too, like, so the format for our book club on Saturday morning, it's on Clubhouse. If you haven't been on Clubhouse, it's categorically a social audio platform. Like Discord stages got rolled out because of the success that Clubhouse was having. Twitter Spaces, the reason that Twitter Spaces are more of a dominant place in the latter part of 2021 is because of all the success that Clubhouse had in the social audio space. And the book that we are going through right now is Getting Things Done. It's a huge believer of the GTD methodology. And the format for that is we listen to the audiobook about an hour, and then we have conversations with friends on that for about an hour. We normally try to cap the window at about 2 hours. And then it's working out very well because then on the tail end of that, we'll actually hop into the dev team call at 1 p.m. Eastern that Design is kicking off. So thank you very much, Design, for leading that initiative. And please make no mistake, you do not need to be a developer to participate in the dev team call. I'm not a developer. I don't identify as a developer, but I am a lifelong learner. And this is one of the things that I've learned a lot about crypto in 2021 and looking forward to having a voice in the dev team, and it'll be fun to see what that looks like. And then again, we've got the Mighty Networks launch. So many opportunities, so many things going on. Right now, the calendar next week is got a lot of opportunity. And this is one of the things that I believe that we're going to get better at as a team, is getting more things on the calendar sooner so that everybody can pop in those events. One other opportunity that I wanted to kind of foster some conversation about is this WeBiddle Mastermind. And I'm going to put a link into that. Would love to have more conversations on this Discord thread. Mastermind. So this is another thing where it's probably me functionally overextending myself, but I've long had a desire to participate in a mastermind. And, you know, we have a little bit, but it's not really something that, and this is something where wanting to figure out how to host a mastermind together, and just like how, like the latter part of this, the mastermind is great, but the one that I'm super excited about from a content, how to become a Web3 professional. And I am going to digress. I don't know if anybody's used Google Trends before. This is something that I was showing a little bit earlier. And let me actually just do, because I linked up a link on Google Trends on passive income. Why passive income? Passive income has been a topic of conversation during our light paper, white paper working groups. And that's actually what we are planning on naming our light paper until somebody comes up with something better. And this is actually the Google trend. This is the link that I was wanting to show. So Teresa, last night during our community call, brought up the question, why are we using passive income? And I was like, well, nobody gave us a better one. I actually, before started this conversation, I was thinking residual income would be a better keyword to use. And keyword, why did I use keyword? Well, that's what people search for when they want to find out more information about something. So the opportunity for us slanting our content, because functionally to me, residual income and passive income are about the same thing, and could probably have a more detailed debate on that. But either way, Google clearly shows us that predominantly, overwhelmingly, people are searching for passive income over residual income. So if anybody has a better idea of that, but the thing that I was wanting to go here is let's actually do a new Google Trends search for Web3. So look at this chart of what the trend has looked like here in 2021. Web3 started really ramping up here in October, and then it's just off the chart, and it's going to continue to be. So I really believe that us hosting a mastermind that's got a byline, how to become a Web3 professional, would not only be fun, but it can be like a mastermind format. So if anybody wants to kind of like research how to host a mastermind or effective mastermind, anyway, just putting that out there, that's another like more intimate session that I would like to start having some conversations with people, because I really believe that us positioning ourselves as Web3 professionals, and then that will create an unparalleled opportunity, especially with real estate tokenization, because one of the things that we're wanting to architect within our tokenization process model is creating passive income for the people that put the tokenized deals together. So I'm just going to plant that little seed again, as far as the WeBiddle Mastermind, how to become a Web3 professional, as far as a time that I would like to hang out with everybody in a similar format and really just like have a fun conversation. But we are butting up to the hour here. I'm going to see one last time if we've got any final comments in there. Thank you again, Julie, for all that you're doing here this week. Love the timestamp contributions. And one of the reasons, I think that I've mentioned, the reason that we're doing the timestamps is really wanting to make that easier for somebody to go back and potentially add some markers to our YouTube videos to increase the replay value for people that are potentially finding our content after it went live. So we'll talk more about that. We're on the hour here, and I'm going to wind it up. Thanks again, Ernest, Julie, and anybody else that was hanging out on the live stream today. Looking forward to getting a more polished and refined opportunity for this. I was really hoping to do more promotion on this AMA, but with the REtoken relaunch and all of these biddle proposals that I made this week, didn't spend as much time and efforts as I had originally planned on that. But I feel really good as far as what we created here during this last 50 minutes, as far as having a video that I can refer people to and utilize as far as a DAO introduction. And it's a timely video. I mean, that like things change so fast here at REtoken. I mean, the way that our calendar looks here today, this week, is very different. I'll do one last screenshot here just to kind of like amplify how fast things can change in our community. So here's this week, week 49. Let me rewind 1 week. So look at how different 1 week looks here on our calendar. And I'm actually going to create a tweet on this. That'll be one of the things that I do here today from a content standpoint. I'll throw that in the Discord when that gets done. But thanks again, everybody. So excited about what we are creating here together and the opportunity to really increase the opportunities for more people to become real estate investors through real estate tokenization and obtain the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail, showed you that on Google Trends, is indeed passive income. So, but the bigger opportunity is what we will learn here together through the process. And that's the thing that I'm most excited about, becoming a lifelong learner with all of you, embracing this amazing technology that we believe will be a disruptive force within the very large real estate industry. So thanks, everybody. This is again Yonks with REtoken, the real estate DAO, bringing some closure to the AMA here on December 9th. So much stuff going on. Till next time, everybody.